Hey guys, my name is Paul, guitar tech for MusicStoreLive.com, and today we're going to look at a 1961 Stratocaster. First thing you're going to notice is that this was leaned against a radiator, supposedly in 1965, showing you this aged body. The other thing that's going on is that somebody aged the original parts. It's very smooth feeling, and there's all these little lines going across it. That tells me this was done with sandpaper. You're not going to usually wear these down to the point where it's completely smooth. I don't care how many times you turn the knob. You can also see it in the pickups. Thank God they took the pickups out of the covers first before they decided to do that. So the neck plate is the most typical way that you can date your guitar, but it's not necessarily the most accurate, which is why we also open it up and we date the pots and we date the neck joint and we date the body. And then the rule is that you date the guitar to the highest number. So even if it has a 1966 serial number and the pots date to 1967, it's a 1967 because pots can't travel back in time. So let's open it up and see what else we can find. You can see some of the original paint holes because in 1961 this was before they decided to use the paint stick, leaving half of the neck pocket completely blank, which matches the date written on the neck, November 1961. As you can see, 304-6143. That means this pot was made by Stackpole in 1961 on the 43rd week. This is correct. In 1961 they made the change from using the white chiclet or phone book capacitor to the red disc capacitor with the yellow sleeve. Okay, so what's not original? This is a 5-way switch. Obviously, since they didn't install the 5-way switch as standard until 1979, that's been replaced. So those are all pretty standard readings for a pre-CBS pickup. The neck pickup is a little hotter, which means it might have been rewound, except if you look inside from this angle here, all three pickups have the same exact color wire. Leads me to believe that the neck pickup hasn't been rewound. The other thing we should keep in mind about these vintage pickups is because they were all wound by hand, their outputs are sometimes off, more so than other pickups that were wound by machines later in the 60s and 70s. So moving on to the back of the guitar, we can see that the body was constructed in November 1961. Moving on to the neck. These frets look old, but they also look like they have a lot of meat on them. So how can we tell if these have been replaced? Well, the first sign is to check the side of the fingerboard for finish. You see how it turns green under the black light here, where there was finish? But if you move down where there are frets, you can see that the finish stops. That tells me that this guitar's been refretted. It's pretty much assumed that anytime you need to replace the frets that you will lose a little bit of finish along the edge. These tuners look correct. They say Kluson Deluxe and the hole is right in the middle of the SON. They appear to be the right height and they don't have a nylon washer, which tells me that they probably aren't repros. But I'm going to take one off anyway, just because I get a kick out of looking at the patent number underneath of it. Overall, this guitar is pretty damn near all original. The pickups, pots, cap, plastic, and hardware all date correctly and remain in good working condition. Even with the radiator wear to the original finish, this guitar ranks higher than most electrics from this era. This is Paul from Music Store Live. Thanks for watching.